Hello, welcome to the fourth in the series of the basic 5-paragraph essay. This one will be about writing the essay. Your 5-paragraph essay is, of course, 5 paragraphs long. The introductory paragraph has at least 3 sentences, has 3 separate main ideas, and contains a thesis statement. And your thesis statement is a statement of opinion. Other people could disagree with it. It's easy to understand. You could find information from reputable sources to support it. So your middle paragraphs are your 3 body paragraphs. Notice the colors. Your main idea number 1, main idea number 2, main idea number 3. Those are the original 3 ways that you divided your topic from before. And finally, your conclusion. Your conclusion sums up the most important elements of the main argument without just repeating what's already been stated. So notice how you can see the 5-paragraph essay in this way. You can also see it in this way. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, paragraph 5. And now you're going to see it in one more way. Paragraph 1, introduction. Paragraph 2, your main idea, several supporting details, your concluding sentence. Main idea number 2, several supporting details, concluding sentence. Main idea number 3, supporting details, concluding sentence. And finally, your conclusion. Let's start with the introduction. I don't usually write my introduction first. I usually actually save it for last. But you absolutely can write your introduction first, especially if you have done those graphic organizers. Some points about the introduction. Do not start the essay with, "My essay will be about," or "I am going to write about." Those are boring and not really very interesting. Also, make sure you include a thesis statement. Oh, I'm sorry. Think about interesting facts. Oops. Think about interesting facts about the topic or famous quotes. And there are other ways to start an introduction, other techniques, and you're welcome to search the internet and they'll give you plenty of ideas. If you just Google 5-paragraph essay introduction, you'll get plenty of information to help you out. So let's look at a sample 5-paragraph essay. So this is about Africa, and you'll notice that in our concluding sentence of our introduction, it says the continent can be divided into, hang on, let me do this, makes it a little easier to focus. The continent can be divided into the northern desert areas, the southeastern grasslands, and the tropical jungles to the southwest. It's very organized. It's very formulaic, meaning that the 5-paragraph essay always does this. The last sentence should be the thesis statement. The thesis statement goes in a very specific order, from your first topic to your second topic to your third topic, always in the correct order. And then notice that sentence 1 of the first paragraph is a nice topic sentence. The northern regions have the environment and living patterns of the desert. So I'm going to learn in here what the environment of the desert is and what the living patterns are of the desert. Next, the southeastern grasslands provide a better environment for animal life and some kinds of crops. So I'm going to learn about this better environment, the animals that are there, and the kinds of crops. My third body paragraph, West Africa is the region closest to the Hollywood image of the mysterious jungles. And there I'm going to learn about how this is a jungle area and probably what animals and what crops are there as well. And people, of course. And finally, this is my conclusion. And notice how the conclusion alludes to or gives ideas of what else was in the essay. There's no new information in here. Even a superficial look at the major regions of Africa shows that it is a varied continent with several environments. Although most of the continent is tropical in its range of temperature, the climate ranges from deserts to rainforests. Similarly, human lifestyles vary from the simplest rural villages to industrial cities, both new and ancient. Contrary to myth, however, jungle life makes up only a very small portion of the whole of Africa. So let's talk about other parts of this essay. We've talked about the introduction and what should be included. And now the body paragraphs. As you just saw, the body paragraphs begin with a topic sentence. But also try to preface that sentence with a transition word. And I'll show you some transition words in a moment. Using your graphic organizer, try to create at least 4 complex sentences for the body paragraph. That's 4 middle sentences. So the first sentence should be your topic sentence, then 4 supportive sentences, and then a concluding sentence. Finally, conclude your ideas by restating your topic. So here we have 4 sentences, you have a topic sentence, and you have a concluding sentence. So that makes a 6-sentence paragraph. Perfect length. So transitions. Transitions are ways to transition or move from one topic to another, like moving from paragraph 2 to paragraph 3. And here are a few ways to begin that paragraph. First, second, third, also, furthermore, hence. Those are great transition words. And there's plenty more. I just Googled this, but it's not that difficult to get to. Transition words like consequently and clearly and then and furthermore to show a common line of reasoning. To change the line of reasoning, or for contrast, you have words like these. To open a paragraph initially or for general use. So these are great ways to open a paragraph. Undoubtedly is a great one. Final points of a paragraph or an essay. Great way to start off your concluding sentence to your paragraphs. Transitional chains throughout your essay or throughout the paragraph. And conclusions. By the way, don't use in conclusion. Thank you very much. To restate a point within a paragraph. In other words, sequence or time. So those are some great transition words, and again, the website is up here, larae.net/write/transition.html. So now you know how to move from paragraph to paragraph. You've learned about the introduction, and now, of course, is the conclusion. Another part of the essay that many students forget to write is the conclusion. And you really need to have one, and it needs to be pretty good. I'm going to move down to the bottom here, where it says the paragraph should include the following: an allusion, a similarity, or just sort of like copying the style or the pattern of the introduction. Don't copy your thesis statement over again, but restate it in a different way. So that's right here, the restatement of the thesis statement. So use some of the words from there, but don't restate it word for word. That makes a boring essay. A summary of the 3 main points from the body of the paper. So what did you show us in the paper? And what did you conclude from those ideas? How can we end that? And finally, a final statement that gives the reader signals that the discussion has come to an end. A nice final sentence. And again, just to look at this conclusion, even a superficial look at the major regions of Africa shows that it is a varied continent with several environments. Although most of the continent is tropical in its range of temperature, the climate ranges from deserts to rainforests. Similarly, human lifestyles vary from the simplest rural villages to industrial cities, both new and ancient. So here's that concluding sentence. Contrary to myth, however, jungle life makes up only a very small portion of the whole of Africa. And that does give us the idea that this essay is over, as is this tutorial. Stay tuned for tutorial number 5, peer editing.